Multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Good morning to everybody. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Another deep dive live this morning, and I wanted to bring this to you for many reasons. One, the VMAs was last night, but also, too, we do need to talk about this because it's a very urgent matter. As you guys know, media has been going through a lot of mergers and acquisitions. As you guys know, Warner Bros. Discovery has spun off the linear cable networks from the studios and the streamers, which means networks could be up for sale, like the Oprah Winfrey Network, for example. But my Lord Jesus, it's amazing what people want to focus on, child. You focused on a show when the network could be up for sale, but moving on. Then, of course, as you guys know, NBC Universal has a new company called Versant with their spin-off cable brands and other intellectual properties. Paramount Global is keeping their cable networks, at least for now. As you guys may or may not know, for the Paramount Skydance $8 billion deal go through, they had to get rid of their DEI initiatives. And I also thought that meant BET, but it looks like for now, BET is saying for sale. Then after Bob Iger went on CNBC and said that while our competitors are leaving the business, we're staying in the business. Then weeks later, an article comes out of Disney and Hearst Media potentially exploring itself, A&E Global Media. And of course, we talked about how Tyler Perry just recently signed a deal with A&E Global Media. So, a lot going on here. Let's get into it. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. And one thing to know, two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Roll it.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But whenever you start the daylight, and a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
Early.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is Julie Chen Moonves. It is a new morning to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You're absolutely right. On this channel right here, a lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well for each and every single one of you. Now, I do want to show you where I got this from. This is an exclusive from the Wall Street Journal now. Of course. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I can read it from here. Okay, cool. Awesome. I copied it anyway, just in case, but it looks like the Wall Street Journal is going to be kind today. Okay, so I saw this article and wanted to talk to y'all about it. Okay, so here it is here from the Wall Street Journal. This is an exclusive, okay? Paramount Skydance plots cable revival. The newly combined company is exploring ways to revive MTV and other once mighty channels while rivals spin them off. Okay, so let's get into it now. If you don't know what this building is, this is a very important building because this was the home of MTV's TRL. I think every day at like 5 o'clock, there would be teams lined up outside just to see their favorite celebrity. And sometimes Carson Daly would pull somebody from Times Square and pull them into the studio live on TV. So let's get into it here. Here we go. Skydance Chief Executive Dave Ellison posed a challenge to several former MTV executives gathered this spring inside a private room at an Italian restaurant in West Los Angeles. How might they rescue and reinvent a channel that once defined America's pop culture? Ellison, whose company was in the midst of merging with MTV owner Paramount and his top executive Jeff Shell, told the group that they realized the network was in bad shape. Still, they wondered whether it could become a music tastemaker again. The CEO said he had received calls from people with ideas for the cable network and some interested in partnering with MTV, including longtime music executive Ivan Azoff and Lucien Grain, CEO of Universal Music Group, as well as some artists people familiar with the matter said. The dinner guests put forward ideas to help MTV, such as holding live events and taking advantage of its archives of interviews and music documentaries with bands from the 80s and the 90s. See, now, if MTV was not such a dumbass, I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring this up in case y'all did not know. The MTV News archives got deleted. And they removed all articles from the sites founded in 1996 till its closure of 2023. See, when you do what you want to do because you feel like it's the right thing to do at the time, usually fucks you over later on down the line. So just wanted to bring that to the timeline, okay? All right, back to this here. Comcast hived off its hired off many of its cable networks into a new company called Versant. NBC, Warner Brothers Discovery, rather, is planning to split itself into two, separating its studio and streaming business from its legacy cable networks. Ellison, who officially controls Paramount, is hugging its networks tighter for now. He aims to keep and revitalize networks like MTV, Comedy Central, and Nickelodeon as part of a revamp of the struggling entertainment company. The company also plans to improve Paramount's streaming offering, cut more than $2 billion in costs, and build up its studio and video game business. In recent weeks, Paramount Skydance's new leaders have called employees back to the office 5 days a week and signed a $7.7 billion deal for UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship rights, and signed a multi-year deal with Stranger Things creators Matt and Ross Duffer. Now, this is something very important to bring up because, as you guys know, Stranger Things is on Netflix. And the spinoff, I am sure, will be on Netflix because Netflix, they have the rights to Stranger Things. Okay, so just want to bring that because that was big news to me. I think that was big news to everybody in the Netflix universe, but also the Stranger Things universe as well. So, its cable business is particularly challenging. Executives intend to revive the networks without increasing spending on them. Oh my God, you dumb fucks. Okay, let's keep going. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Do you think Apple or Samsung, HP, LG, any of the tech companies will be where they are without spending money on the technology? Let's just roll on, child. I cannot. Do you think that hospitals could not be where they are without spending money on it? Do you think construction firms would be where they are without spending money on it? Like, all the industries spend money in some shape, form, or fashion to improve on a company or a brand. But let's keep going. They're the smart ones, apparently. People familiar with the plan said among the options Paramount is discussing, those people said increase the cable network's digital presence. Okay. That's what you want to do? Okay. Bet. 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 Give me one moment here. Because I'm gonna bring up MTV's YouTube channel here. Just for a minute. So MTV, right here, this is MTV's YouTube channel, rather, right? 11.5 million. Right, they got the backstage at the VMAs and everything else. MTV Push, music and performances. There's MTV News right there. We'll bring that up here. MTV, MVA Animation. It's a lot of VMA stuff. Let's go with their videos. So as you can see here, they were at San Diego Comic-Con, right? Mm-hmm. They have Fresh Out Live there. They got the 20 questions for 2025. They go into the archives there, but yet you deleted the MTV News archives. I'm just bringing things up. That's all I'm doing. Utilizing public information to be able to have a conversation with all of you. Okay, so the EMA is there. So, you know, they got content here, right? Views are coming in still consistently. And here are the lives, right? Here are the lives right here. They were at The Transformers last night, live red carpet premiere, Baywatch live red carpet premiere. They went live about Prince, remembering Prince, movie awards. So they have content here. Now here is MTV News right here, right? Let's check out their lives. Last time they went live on their MTV News YouTube channel was 2 years ago. Okay. Because I'm going to give you my take on what MTV could be. Now, I've stated in the past before, but I've never crystallized. Let's keep going. Paramount Skydance has also discussed investing further into the network's brands and finding ways to make money from them outside the cable business. I'll get back to y'all. Okay. So let's keep going here. There's probably a place outside the linear world these brands can exist and flourish. Andy Goren, Chief Strategy Officer and Chief Operating Officer at Paramount, told reporters at a briefing in August. Shell, the company president who used to run NBC Universal, has had internal conversations pointing to Bravo's reinvention as an example of what Skydance could pursue. According to a person familiar with the matter, Bravo has become a lifestyle network with events such as BravoCon, the network's fan convention that includes stars from the likes of its reality show franchise, Real Housewives, Summer House, and other shows, Below Deck, many more. Paramount Skydance executives have discussed making MTV's website a digital destination for fans who want to go deeper than they can on Spotify or YouTube is sampling music or learning about its artists and genres. You know, I swear to God, wasn't there a website all about music? I think it was called MySpace. I'm just saying. MySpace is a social networking service based in the United States, rather than launching on August 1st, 2003. It was the first digital network to reach a global audience that has significant influence on technology, pop culture, and music. Just keep it in a book. Moving on. My Lord Jesus. The median age of MTV viewers is 56. 56 years old, according to Nielsen. And cable viewers is a challenge. Viewers of all ages are turning away from paid television, cutting the cord in favor of streaming services and spending increasing time watching or listening to podcasts and scrolling through videos. So this is very interesting. So you see right here is this chart is broadcast and cable content viewed through services such as YouTube TV is credited to respective distributor as of July. So this is YouTube. As you can see, YouTube is doing that there. As you can see for YouTube, right here, this is YouTube. So nothing but upward trajectory. Disney right here, it's got peaks and valleys, but more there. Netflix right here, as you can see, it's been consistent with Netflix. NBC Universal, right here. It looks like this is right here. It had a huge spike right here and then dropped down. Fox is right here. I know all these are kind of forming together, so I'm trying to take my time here. That's Fox. Warner Bros. Discovery is like right here, so it had a peak here and then dropped down. And then Paramount's right here. So Paramount is in a limbo motion right now. All of them still have a pulse. That's the blessing of this, right? All of them still have a pulse. Even if you revitalize the MTV brand, doesn't mean people will all of a sudden sign up for paid TV again, said Robert Fishman, an analyst with Monarch Nafferson. Still, the networks generate a large share of Paramount's earnings before interest, taxes, and depreciation. That people close to the situation. Also, splitting off the networks could require potentially costly renegotiation of distribution agreements with cable operators. Content that airs on cable networks such as Nickelodeon can also feed Paramount's streaming services. Paramount Skydance might trim the number of networks it keeps. Because for those of you who do not know, Paramount Global is in $14.9 billion worth of debt. $14.9 billion worth of debt. Warner Bros. Discovery, they were in $40 billion worth of debt. I believe now it's $37 billion worth of debt in Disney. Let's see how much debt there is. Disney's debt. And right here, as you can see here, right now, as of February 2025, Disney has a debt of $45.8 billion. Okay. Now, there is a thing as positive debt. I don't understand that because debt to me means negative. But positive debt in terms of, investments in this, that, and the third, right? So just wanted to give context, conjecture, and connection to that. But back to this, because this part right here is very, very important. Paramount Skydance might trim the number of networks it keeps. Paramount Skydance might trim the number of networks it keeps. Executives have discussed selling BET, said a person familiar with the situation, something that Paramount tried to do a few years ago, and it scrapped. So for those of you who don't know, I kept up with the sale of BET from the crack of the sale to the close of the sale on Clubhouse. And one of our rooms, we started at 10 p.m. It did not end until 9:30 a.m. the next morning. We were talking that deep about BET. It was, 50 Cent, Kenya Barris, Shaq, Tyler Perry, Byron Allen. Did not hear really any women try to bid for BET. Group Black was another one that tried to buy it. Scott Mills tried to buy it. And a venture capital firm as well tried to buy that as well. But then Paramount said, no, we're not going to sell it. So if we look at the state of Black media right now, let me bring this down for a minute. If we take a look at the state of Black media right now, here it is here. Disney has no Black network. NBC Universal rather has no Black network, but Black people do watch Bravo. They do. Warner Bros. Discovery, right, has the Oprah Winfrey Network. Fox has Fox Soul. Nexstar Media Group has no Black network. And then Paramount has BET, Black Entertainment Television. So basically, out of the 6 legacy network brands, only 3 of them have a Black network. That's where we are right from the space right here, right now with Black networks, right? So, however, if they keep it, former Netflix executive Cindy Holland, who now heads streaming at Paramount Skydance, has said internally that she wants more premium shows for BET, even if it means spending more money, a person familiar with the matter said. Instead of greenlining the next seasons of popular BET originals like Tyler Perry's Divorced Sisters, I know that's a popular show, but pay attention to this. And see, this is why I stay to myself, on myself, and by myself, because like I've always said to y'all, if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand the moves that you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Because, as it says right here, it's going to show my finger here over here. But either way. Let me read that 2 more times. Instead of greenlining the next seasons of popular BET Plus originals like Tyler Perry's Divorced Sisters, instead of greenlining the next seasons of popular BET Plus originals like Tyler Perry's Sisters, Holland has floated the idea of asking the creators to make originals that will cost more than $7 million an episode. According to people familiar with the discussions, that's more than double than what shows typically cost. Tyler Perry, BET rather, has to deal with Tyler Perry until 2028. So 2025, 2026, 2027, 2020. So he's got 4 more years, right? At BET until he can, figure out his next move. Has guaranteed around $200 million a year for him to make shows, according to people familiar with the situation. So, shout out to Jessica Tunkel at the Wall Street Journal for this. I think that this is a great article. It really says quite a lot. Now, first of all, I will say, to Cindy Holland, we'll pull up Cindy Holland here. So we can, because it's important to know who the players are in the game. It's definitely important to know who the players are in the game. So this is Cindy Holland right here, right? This is Cindy Holland. So Cindy Holland right here, right? This is Cindy Holland. So first of all, I will say shout out to Cindy for wanting to invest in BET Plus. Listen, we gotta give credit where credit is due, y'all. And not to mention, let's do this, right? So a drama sitcom usually has 13 episodes. So we do 7 million, right? Times 13. I want y'all to see this, right? I want y'all to see this right here for a minute. Originals costing more than 7 million episodes. If he does 13 episodes, that is $91 million being invested into that series, right? So that is a huge development for BET, right? So that's on the BET front, right? And with MTV, don't worry, we're gonna get to MTV. We're gonna get to MTV because I do have a lot to say. And also too here, I got to mention this. Content that airs on cable networks such as Nickelodeon can also feed Paramount streaming services. Paramount Plus, Pluto TV. Now, Pluto TV is their free advertising video on demand platform. Now, there's rumors that Pluto TV will merge into Paramount Plus. That's bullshit. You will be a dumbass to do that. You will be a bigger dumbass to sell it, and you will be the biggest dumbass to say, we cool without Pluto TV. You will be the biggest dumbass to say that, because the old seasons fuel social media that create fandoms, right? So I feel like Pluto TV, the Roku channel, Exumo, Disney doesn't really have a free advertising video on demand platform. Although they would have kept the ABC app, the dumb fucks that they are, they would have had a free on demand. They would have free advertising video on demand platform because they were trying to do something with that on ABC.com. You can watch some TV free, but it's not a lot, right? And we talked about the Disco situation. Disney bought Roku, right? We talked about how the Cinderella Castle was in Roku City and all that stuff. If you missed that live, just type in Disco in the search bar of this channel and you'll find everything that you need there. But basically and not to mention too, Warner Bros. Discovery. WBTV is a free advertising video on demand platform that's supposed to be coming out. No word on it yet. With that being said, we talked about Nickelodeon just recently with them being in the theme park game, right? And them being in the hotel game. And I have thoughts on that too. We're going to talk about a lot this morning. Let me see here as I keep going here. Yeah, I think that's basically the article for now. So shout out to Jessica for that. Let me see the comments here. All right, here. So we're going to just go through this here. Frederick Furrow says, welcome to Market Fragmentation 101. 3 decades ago, lines of media distribution were fewer, content rather cost less even after adjusting for inflation. Content creators, many had much less leverage for access to distribution channels. Few who has leverage today. Hopefully the money guys can find the right balance before audience and artists move on to other venues. All right, Rob Gregory, former publisher of Rolling Stone here. We fought the same existing bout, ultimately unsuccessfully, wishing Ellison good luck, he'll need it. Kevin Bay, American pop culture can no longer be defined. We don't experience anything anymore as a group. The internet killed the shared experience. Live video killed the radio star. I will agree and disagree with Kevin Bay on this. I think that the internet has expanded experience and things as groups, right? Like, for example, I'm going to bring this up right now because I literally just saw this article. As you guys know, this past Friday, right, was YouTube's first exclusive NFL game. I want you to see this. right here from Variety. YouTube's first exclusive NFL game averages more than 17 million global viewers. YouTube's first exclusive NFL game averages more than 17 million global viewers. YouTube's first exclusive NFL game averages more than 17 million global viewers. So to Kevin Bay, I understand what you mean by there was an appointment energy for television, right? There was appointment energy for listening to the radio for that hit. But I think what the internet did was diversify how people can access that, right? Because not everybody can, for example, G4, which NBC Universal was a dumb fuck piece of shit for letting go of G4 and not knowing what to do with it because they would have held on to it. Epic Universe that just opened up, G4 would have been doing live coverage from Universal Orlando Resort. That's neither here nor there. Also, G4 Studios could have been from Universal Orlando Resort as well. That's neither here nor there, but it should be all the way there. So I do believe that, I do agree with you what you're saying, rather, that the internet killed the shared experience, but I do believe that the internet amplified the fandoms and how people can not only view them, but also be a part of them. So I agree and disagree with Kevin there. John Hogan, when the plethora of cable networks went ubiquitous, that is airing reruns of broadcast network series, example, NCIS on the Sundance Channel, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, and Big Bang Theory on MTV, the very same movies airing across various cable channels. Cable nets became indistinguishable and irrelevant. Well done, John. John, well done. You cannot say people don't care about your network if you're not investing anything into it. Sorry, not sorry. So I fully agree with John. That's just like, and we talked about this here, of course, with me and the beautiful Gigi. Now we talked about, 106 and Park and Sports. What the fuck? Y'all haven't even done BET Sports Weekly. And now you're bringing back 106 and Sports, and the whole culture's not here for it. They're not here for it, not here, they're not anywhere. Like, if you're not investing into anything, why should I invest in you? And when me and Gigi and I was talking about Black Media, we pulled up Nubian TV and we saw what the website was. And we talked about it. And I said, listen, the only way that these cable networks and streamers will ever win is if we don't call them out, but we call them up to be better. Because like I said, my experience with Nubian TV was I was talking with them about potentially, interning with them, even though I don't believe I should be interning for anybody because I know my gift is priceless and it does cost a price and there's a weight to what I do, right? But I got an email back saying that they don't need my live streaming services. But just, about a month ago or so, Melody Cherie comes out with an article with Ebony Magazine, ebony.com, talking about Charnier's World Season 2. It's been 9 months. 9 months has passed, rather, in 2025. And Braylon's virtual tour was on Nubian TV, for example. Let me just do it right here. If Braylon Lee's virtual tour live was on.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a Black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of Black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
If that would have been airing on Nubian TV, I want to show y'all something. Because there's a reason for this. I'm going to show you something very important. Very important, very important, very important. Let me go to this here. I want to show you something right here. Okay, I want to show you something. We have done, right? We have done, because even though this is my channel, I say this is our channel, because without me, there's no y'all. Without y'all, there is no me. We have done 1,000. Can I zoom in even more? Yeah, I can. Okay, because I want everybody to see the damn number. I want everybody to see it. Okay, because this is quite critical. Okay, wait. Right there. Okay, we have done 1,132 episodes. Right. So if you look at daytime talk shows, they tape 185 shows a year to 200 shows a year. If you look at from the 200 episodes a year standpoint, I've already done 5 seasons of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live, right? But if you look at from a 185 episode standpoint, I've already done 10 seasons. Because, 10 times 100 equals 1,000, right? So I've already done 10 to 5 seasons of my own show. If my show was aired on Nubian TV, they would have been having content. But hey, everybody is grown, has the right to do what they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it. But I fully agree with John Horrigan here. When you are just airing reruns in the same movies, they become indistinguishable and irrelevant. So congratulations, you played yourself. Absolutely. M. Boyer says, MTV could play on nostalgia. They need not to go full VH1 all in on reality television. By the way, VH1 used to be under MTV's domain, but they moved to BET's domain. But a blend of curated music videos, biopics, and retro replays and more could work. Just format where you play a number one video hit from 30, 35 years ago and then got the story behind the song where there's a good backstory and the people could be a niche, low cost model. Probably more costly, but they can do concerts, even pick up emerging artists off of YouTube to get their stories too in emerging artist series. A reality series on upcoming artists might be interesting. Lots of options abound. I like that. Mark Hoff, perhaps my boomer parents will turn on Fox News to watch Barry Manilow grooving on the MTV. That's hilarious. Marina F says, I wish Dave Ellison all the best in turning this big ship around. It's about time. The revival of cable TV is as likely as making a comeback for shopping malls. Now, Kevin Offer, I feel you where you're coming from, but I think shopping malls can make a comeback because, for example, let me bring it up here with this rolling.
Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? Chicas. Where are the girls that like to have fun? I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. H-I-C-A-S, H-I-C-A-S, H-I-C-A-S. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. I'm a fun girl, very fun girl, see a shot, take a shot, never run girl. C-H-I-C-A-S, 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 C-H-I-C-A-S. Chicas, divertidas. Where are the girls that like to have fun?
So that is Megan Thee Stallion's Tequila. Why am I bringing up Megan Thee Stallion's Tequila? Because Megan Thee Stallion has her own Popeyes, okay, that is being built in Miami. The restaurant is anticipated to be highly decorated, featuring musical components like a dance floor and speakers. Now, imagine, if you will, that they built a Megan Thee Stallion Popeyes in a mall. People will go to the mall for that experience. So I think the mall is changing from shopping to experiences. Because there are Dave & Buster's in malls. There are churches in malls. There are places like the Gathering Spot. Shout out to the Gathering Spot in Atlanta, where it is a community hub. Shout out to Maker's Gym, where it is a communal workspace for content creators and other people, right? So I believe, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know. I think shopping malls are finding their rhythm. And if MTV's smart about it, they'll make a move like the Cannon did by making Wild 'N Out bars and stuff like that, so they can make MTV bars and restaurants across the country. So I get where you're coming from, but I kind of push back. I push back where you're at. Peter H., if you're the average Gen TikToker, 18 to 30, Why would I have a cable or streaming package so I can watch MTV, even though we're back to videos when I can get the same on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, etc. for basically nothing? And the MTV Music Awards tomorrow night are being heavily discussed by almost nobody. Is anybody generally excited about, even those under 30? Very well said, Peter H. There's a generation waiting for a free app with commercials that you don't have to decide to watch. It just shows you stuff all day. Their minds really get blown if you tell them they can put up an antenna and just get it for free. Damn. Legal, very well done. Very well done. Very well done. Let's read more comments here. G. Charles, I couldn't give any advice. I love MTV in the 80s, but I was also in my teens and 20s too. I officially aged out and it feels okay. YouTube is rising while all others are mostly falling. I would agree with that, but also disagree with that, because let's go back to MTV's YouTube channel for a second. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that for a minute. Here's MTV's YouTube channel. 11.5 million subscribers, right? And the total view count right here is 2,688,609,666 total views. So MTV is still trending, right? And the good thing about YouTube is that YouTube is helping the cable networks, and the cable networks are helping YouTube, right? Because guess what? If anything happens with any network, especially for a new show trailer, you're going to go to YouTube to watch it. And because you go to YouTube to watch it, you'll go streaming on Paramount Plus, HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, the niche streamers, BET Plus, and more. So YouTube is helping the networks are helping YouTube. So I get you, but also believe that there's another side to that. Andrew Future, back in the 80s, even some of the 90s, MTV was the coolest. They played music videos pretty much 24/7 with some music news thrown in. They covered major music events like Live 8 and Woodstock 99. They had specials like Metal Shop on Sunday nights at MTV Unplugged. Those were the good old days. Kids, the last 25 years, MTV has been beyond useless. And not to mention, too, when you put ridiculous in reruns and that's the only show that you have, what the fuck? Really? Legal, I met Tabitha Sora in college when she was doing expose on colleges in the early 90s. I have a great picture with her with my arm wrapped around her laughing. It was iconic until about 2000. Like, anyone under 40 is like who the world moves fast. David Elson's dad's worth $271 billion. Yeah, he is, but in the same tone, just because that's $271 billion, just because you have $271 billion, doesn't mean that all those dollars are going to work in your favor, because it's up to the people to decide if what you throw down is going to matter or not. I'm 63 and enjoy many shows produced by MTV, but streaming on Paramount now on cable, which we don't even have. That's from Alex Cohen. John G.S. made the last comment there. Robert Cunningham, MTV still exists. Brian Patrick, I'm not sure, do they? Oh, y'all are shady. Matt Cantwell, you're getting my territory. Shut up. But I like this. Hire new personalities age 17 to 22 only. Excuse me. No, you also need people who are 30, 31. Okay. You also need people who are 40 who are historians, right? So but I'm following you on that one. Partner with fashion, athletic, makeup, nurturing, basically partner up with other entities of business industry, showcase hot nightclubs, spring break, like around United States, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. MTV Spring Break was a huge thing, just like Spring Bling was a big thing. Connect with hot music stars like Bad Bunny for a reality show, but get back to the hot new music. I like Michael Cantwell's comment there. George Franto, a station that offers 24/7 music videos and music events, would do very well. Don't underestimate the buying power in the 50+ community and our desire for some good old-fashioned nostalgia. MTV Classic already does this. John Hooligan says, one more answer. Go to YouTube. It's there mostly all there. You may have to watch an hour or two, but it's still better than paying for cable. And that's the problem we get into. It is access and demand, right? Basically, aka supply and demand. Brian Patrick, MTV Unplugged was the absolute best. I remember my friends talking about this reality show called The Real War, and I watched it once, almost puked. And MTV went from gold standard to trash within 2 years. David Gossett says, just play music videos. We watched it all the time when I was young. May not have watched it for 4 years. Have not watched it for 4 years. Rather, get back to your roots. Please fire all the talking heads too. You miss Metal Shop, Andrew Future said. Bill Schweber says they still have the audacity to have the MTV Music Awards, yet another opportunity for celebrities to remind us how important and special they are. Joseph Penner is not enough lipstick. Just because you put lipstick on pig does not mean it's not pig still. I feel you, my friend. Andy Beal, you can't revive a patient who's been dead for 20 years. Damn. Sloan Wilson, same energy as Andy Beal. So far as I know, you can't resuscitate something that hasn't breathed in 30 years. Ron P says, I'm thinking no. Lance Murdoch, MTV was the reason music exploded in the 80s and 90s. Why I can't do it again is mind-boggling. That's from Lance Murdoch. Cairo Khan, seeing share of anything reminds me of Job. Richard Upshaven, cable is DOA, dead on arrival. YouTube runs the show. They are the new king of all media, in the words of Natherson. Eric Martin, that ship has sailed. Matt Kent will revive Blood. Peter Lee, yo, MTV, you just stop being relevant. If you want to learn about K-pop, I go to YouTube, Weverse, or and Instagram. You could call it the Halle Wave, now drown in it. Oh, wow. Nick Pocus, how about Maggot TV? How about no? Matt Smithson, bring back Singled Out. So Singled Out was actually a part of Quibi. Quibi was like the 10-minute, video platform, 5-minute video platform, and then Roku bought out Quibi. So, yeah, there you go. Mbeg, video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Pictures came out and broke your heart. Oh, no, video killed itself. Oh, my Lord. Michael Hughes, Odd the Buggles, just watched that music video a few weeks ago, hadn't watched the music video in years before that. It was so outdated. Yet remember, you alluded to the video. Ooh, I'd sound like a new song to make it. Thank you for sharing the post, rather. Christopher Beam, as a father of a teenage star, I don't know why anyone hasn't spawned a music channel with a focus on K-pop. MTV was clever enough to produce K-pop Demon Hunters, but there seems to be a lot of untapped potential there. Andrew Future, probably because K-pop only appeals to a very narrow demographic. You are not, or have a kid age 12 to 17, I'm guessing. And listen, G4, they covered video games, technology, everything pop culture. So I'm sorry, K-pop is very big. And I do agree there are opportunities there. Jim Quincy says, I never saw the need for MTV. If it's music I listen to, I don't need to see anything. That's because I'm a fan of OF, OnlyFans, and younger folks love it. Go figure. Oh, my. Okay, then. Well, enjoy your OnlyFans, good sir. John Shearson, no way they can recreate what was a go in the mid and late 80s. There are exponential choices now for teens and 20-somethings to choose on. Michael Holmes, the hurdle is that you have to sit down from the TV to pay to watch it, or pay some extra fee. I don't know a single Gen Z or young millennial that has cut the cord. They still give me that you probably have to set the time on your VCR when you probably still set the time on your VCR and look when I ask, or TiVo. By the way, shout out to TiVo, who broke ground in what we have now, because guess what? The not the VCR, child, Lord Jesus, the DVRs that are with Philo and YouTube TV, that all came from TiVo. Shout out to TiVo. Makes me smile every time that they made that assumption. Michael Collins, here's a great idea. Stick to the music video, stay out of politics and reality TV. Christian Elsie, no, the artists say we need to go after have moved to social media and semi-professionally produce content on the likes of YouTube. That's better than anything that your network has ever aired. Sorry. Ooh, my Lord. Phil H, I can't believe the median age of an MTV viewer is 56. That would mean grandma or grandpa watching ridiculous unfaithful catfish on other trash shows. Doesn't seem likely. In any case, MTV needs to best leverage its assets, which includes, yes, older content, but also talented employees may be questionable, and focus on entertaining the masses via the most popular media distribution channels, i.e. streaming, social media. I would love to see a focus on actual music for some of this, in addition to creating new popular shows. They could keep the cable channel going with older content, since that seems to be who's catching it, or at least subscribing. Andrew Future, Phil H said that comment. Christian Elsie said that comment. Andrew Future says, I think they meant for former viewers, us Gen Xers. Yo, did mama. Michael Jackson, Pee Wee Herman, David Bowie, Prince, Queen's Freddie Mercury. Wait, you mean they're all dead? Rip MTV. Damn. Zachary Hoffman, can MTV be cool again? No, short of someone invented a time machine to go back to 1981. MTV was one of the first examples of widely available counter-alternative culture program available through the rapidly expanding cable networks that still maintain control with the distribution channels. MTV was an alternative generally to starting mass culture on the three networks, ABC, NBC, CBS. Then Fox and CW came later. MTV was like a funny, edgy comic that needs a straight, square mass counterforce of a comic deal without the restraint of a counterforce. The comedian just becomes another unhinged shot jock in a field full of them. The monoculture of the three networks is long gone, replaced by an infinite variety of content platforms. MTV had individual programs from many different styles of music under one channel. Now all those styles and subsets of styles have multiple methods of distribution to their target audiences. MTV now serves no purpose either to artists or consumers. It was great and influential for a time. That time has passed, and that passage is obviously everyone. I'm not sure why Paramount, with its stable of alleged talented, skilled, and vastly overcompensated executives, didn't realize this prior to dumping a load of money on 40-plus-year-old IP that has been irrelevant for over a decade. Well, you know something that really would have been funny to cover on MTV News this morning? This story right here. Megan Thee Stallion savagely serves streamer Aiden Ross legal papers via a mariachi band. She's a savage. Streamer Aiden Ross claimed rapper Megan Thee Stallion Rock Nation served in legal papers using a mariachi band. They couldn't serve me outside my house, Ross recently claimed in a live stream conversation with podcaster DJ PDF Academics. Let's keep going here. Listen to what the lawyers did. They called a mariachi to my house. They called a mariachi like a Mexican band to perform outside my house to make me want to come outside so they could serve me the paper. The 24-year-old added. Ross then showed viewers a photo he had in his phone of the band in his driveway. My lawyer's like, Aiden, just tell them to contact me. So me and my lawyer, how about I'll call tomorrow, figure out when I'm going to do the deposition. I'm going to ask if I can stream it. That probably won't happen, Aiden, because there's probably very confidential information, okay, that PDF Academics, everybody else counts on in your favor, so they want a fair potential trial. You dumbass. Should have been swallowed by your fucking mother. Anyway, Ross claimed Megan and her legal team are baiting him. And you talked about Doechii like a waste of life. But yet you lost out on deals. Okay, child, because of your own fucking behavior. Page 6 has reached out to Megan's rep for comment, but did not mean to hear back. Ross has been very vocal about his disdain for the hot girl summer rapper 30 following the highly publicized Tory Lanez trial. As Page 6 previously reported, the same rapper born Daystar Peterson was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison for pounding Megan in the foot during an altercation in July 2020. The Kick streamer has publicly advocated for Lane's release from prison, alleging that the three-time Grammy winner lied about the powering free mother-ucking Tory Lanez. I will always state with the statement, I don't give a fuck where I am in life, free Tory Lanez, he said last stream earlier. Per a video shared on Twitter, Megan got caught lying. She got caught lying at 4K. She said they weren't even having sex. They said they fucked a few times. She never even showed her foot, Ross claimed. In another clip posted on Twitter, Ross claimed Megan's foot injuries were from her stepping on glass. Tory had no evidence on that shit, bro. Tory ain't do it. I promise you. It's always free Tory. Show the bullet room, bitch, he added. Charming. And he can have a successful career, and everybody else can't even get to the door to just have a shot. Okay. Lane 33 and his legal team have been unsuccessful in trying to have his conviction overturned because he was found guilty. Dumb fucks. See, that would have been great to cover on MTV News this morning, but no. MTV is the fucks. Moving on. Let's keep it going. Logan Taylor, 16 likes. Here's an idea. A network called Music Television should play, wait for it, music. That was fucking great. That was fucking great. I gotta make it more. That was sincerely great. John Bruno, I 100% agree with you. However, in fairness to MTV, they literally invented reality TV shows when they introduced the Real World. Unfortunately for them, they've never been able to replicate Real World San Francisco, which I think was the second or third season. Logan Taylor, no reason they can't do both. I do think that it was the A's was the height of music videos. The odds take on me is still classic, but I've seen other videos from more recent times that really show some innovation. Hey Ya by Outkast comes to mind. Hey Ya. Now I want y'all back. Now, ladies, yeah. Now I'm gonna break this down thing in 1 minute. Don't make me break this thing down for nothing. Lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor. Here we go. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. And Lucy Lou and baby dolls. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. Hey, come on now. That song drops out of club. Everybody on the fucking dance floor. There ain't no judgment on dancing. It's the vibe. It's the soul of how you move. Damn right, Logan Taylor. Very well done. Very well done. My biggest complaint about new music is that I can't relate to it. A video that uses the song to tell a story helps to bridge that gap. Recent Hey Ya is from 2003. Michael Cantwell, you're not going to disrespect Hey Ya, sir. Okay, sorry. First I can think of. I remember I saw that one. I remember that I saw that. I remember one that I saw use treadmills. I can't think of the R's. If you have seen some recent, happy to check them out. Not interested in a Taylor Swift concert review. That's just weak. Damn. Michael Canwell, Try Eric Hilton, Drew McLean, F.A. Twigs, Miami Horror, The Chromatics. Michael Canwell, Lose Control featuring Nancy Wayne, Can't Print Artist. Ryan Schmidt, MTV hasn't been at all relevant for 20 years as a result of Viacom just making another reality TV channel. Maybe it could be saved, but everything needs to go. No more short teen moms, give new artists some exposure, work with bigger artists from music videos or other content, sign some exclusive deals, cover some of the larger annual music festivals may or may not work, but the brand is dead right now. There's still a lot of people who have nostalgia for what it once was, though. Dewan Adam, I wish there was a place we could find Wu Che and Flock of Seagull videos. Never mind, just found out about this new thing called YouTube. Not the same, no VJs. That's right, video jockey. So basically, Lala Anthony, Amanda Lewis, many others would be video jockeys, and they would basically be hosts on TV presenting music videos, right? Brian Glass, does anyone under 50 even know what cable TV is? Nick Poskis, Potakis. Those over 50 also have no connection to it. John Mel, does anyone under 70 remember CATV, community antenna television, the predecessor of cable TV? Logan Taylor says, I do in the early 80s, in addition to connecting our TV to get to it, to get cable channels from 80 miles away. I would connect my FM radio to it. I get signals from a college station in that larger town 80 miles away. My first introduction to Talking Heads, Elvis Costello, early INXS, REM, and the Clash, the old band that matters beyond the top 40 local stations would play opened my world. I remember watching CATV as a kid. It was pretty entertaining at times. Mom would tell us to get outside, don't come back until supper. Our CATV had 5 channels, so that was too many. Beck, how I feel about what's currently on to watch any platform. What really knocks me out is a book that when you're done reading it, you wish the author that wrote it was a terrific friend of yours, and you can call them on the phone whenever you feel like it. That doesn't happen much, though. Factual. Scott Murphy says, I gave up on MTV eons ago when it stopped music videos in favor of mindless wreck of reality television. I don't need to revisit the past. Aaron Duma, I love that someone spent $8 billion to buy something and after trying to figure out how to get to viewers. John Hogg, Paramount CBS just bought Barry White's Free Press for $200 million. In many people's view, she had created the last hope for legit journalism. Hopefully it propagates to a much larger audience. And Nancy Madogo says dead on arrival. So as you can see, the comments are commenting. Now, if I'm Paramount, Skydance, I would take this article. I would bring Jessica in, and I would do and this is what I would do for every channel. I would do a state of MTV, BET, Nickelodeon. Every network, I would do a state of the network town halls monthly. The content players and old people fell off, new viewers who stream the networks out, and use that as focus group research, okay? Because in case you guys did not know about this here, right here, in case you guys did not know. Right here, MTV Entertainment Studios, right? So Showtime MTV Entertainment Studios, also known as MTV Entertainment Studios, formerly known as MTV Production Development. Y'all remember the old MTV Production Development logo that would be at the end of shows. From 2003 to 2018, MTV Studios from 2018 to 2021 was an American film and television production and distribution company, and the film and production television arm of MTV Entertainment Group itself is a subsidiary of Paramount Media Networks division, Paramount Skydance. It primarily produces content aimed at adolescent and adult audiences, introducing original productions for the namesake cable channel as siblings or theatrical films released for Paramount Pictures, right? So one to bring this up because I felt like this was very, very important. And right here, in February 2023, when MTV Entertainment Studios Paramount Global integrated Showtime streaming platforms, which was a dumb fucking decision, because Showtime #1 show is Dexter. Also, Yellow Jackets is up there. And what could have happened was Showtime and Stars combining, and that one made a bigger network. But Paramount Global's dumb fucks. They are. Listen. These companies make decisions that get talked about publicly. So I have the right to call stripes and saws like I see them. When MTV Entertainment Studios Paramount Global integrated Showtime streaming platforms into a streaming service, Paramount Plus, which MTV Entertainment Studios had released content onto the service, MTV Entertainment Studios had merged with Paramount Global's fellow production unit Showtime Studios alongside its leadership team to form a combined entity renamed subsidiary to Showtime MTV Entertainment Studios. On August 7, 2025, as a part of Paramount Global's merger with Skydance Media, Showtime MTV Entertainment Studios merged with Skydance Television to form Paramount Television Studios. The new company continued to use the MTV Entertainment Studios and Showtime Networks labels for the time being. So they've been doing this for a while. Now, I will just say this, right? I think when it comes to MTV, I think what needs to happen. Now, I'm going to say this at the big screen, okay? Come here. Come on, everybody come here. Music television is fucking dead. However, there's a chance. The Roots Picnic, Lollapalooza, Essence Festival of Culture, Hulu, and shout out to Hulu, by the way. Hulu has been live streaming festivals on their platform for years. Now, Bob Iger, the dumbass fuck he is, okay, now I want to give context, conjecture, and connection on why I'm saying that. Bob Iger is merging Hulu into Disney Plus. He believes Disney Plus can be a Netflix, and that's not the case. The Disney bundle worked because Disney Plus is for kids and families. You got Star Wars, you got Marvel, you got Pixar, you got Disney, you got National Geographic, right? You got all that. Hulu is their adult content brand. For those of you who remember Touchstone Pictures, Disney could not do any adult content. Programming, movies, what have you. There could be no blood in a Disney movie, right? Because it's about animation, happiness, this, that, and third. So they make Touchstone Pictures. Now, what Disney should do is stop this dumbass plan, because they're also going to get rid of the Hulu app. The Hulu app has 50 million downloads, which I believe the ABC app also had 50 million downloads. So if they brought back Touchstone Pictures as Touchstone Picture Studios to produce adult content rather for Hulu, okay, produce documentaries and deeper dives behind what adults are curious about in terms of technology, science, all that stuff for Disney Plus, and then do some sports content, that would be a great entity. So where am I going here with MTV? I believe that if MTV really wants to do this, they got to do it full stop. They got to partner up with every big music festival, every small music festival. They got to partner up with independent labels. this would be a lot of negotiating. There will have to be a lot of cultural diplomat talks in the music industry to bring this brand back. However, there is another plan. What does music, television, film, technology, consumer packaged goods, what is art? What is all the things that we as adults like? What's the energy behind all those different spaces? Movement television. I want my movement television. Music has a movement behind it. Television has a movement behind it. Radio has a movement behind it. Fashion has a movement behind it. So you evolve it to movement television. You know what you do with TRL? I've said the same plan for 106 and Park. With 106 and Park, you bring it back as a top 10 Black entertainment news show. That's what you do. You can also do that for TRL, right? You can absolutely do that for TRL. You can do a top 10 entertainment news show. Or you could do, hey, listen, we want your content. Okay? You submit, maybe a short video, whether it's, you gotta limit it. It's like maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes, because, let's go do an hour, 30 minutes, right? Or you could do a 2-hour party, right? Like I do from 6 to 8, right? But say content creators, we hear you, we see you, we value you. We are going to feature the top 10 content creator videos of the day. Submit your 3 to 5 minute clip, and the TRL team goes through all that, and then the fans vote on, which videos make the countdown, right? So they show the 10, then you guys vote, and then you got to tune in TRL. But those videos do not distribute on MTV's YouTube or anything else. You actually got to watch. And you can simulcast it on Paramount Plus. There's a way. Imagine a clip from Braylon's virtual tour on TRL would be amazing. Live coverage of the Roots Picnic would be amazing on MTV. Bringing back Spring Break. Now, while you may not be able to do it from Miami because Rhonda Dumbass runs Florida, you can do an MTV Spring Break cruise on Virgin Voyages and broadcast it live on MTV. There can be fashion shows on MTV. There can be, of course, reality shows. They brought the real world, right? So maybe go back, see what franchises you can revive. Ask the fans what they want revived. They'll tell you. John Legere, who was the former CEO of T-Mobile, one of the great CEOs, he's like, you know what we do? We listen to our customers, and then we figure out a way to do it. It's genius. People give the roadmap. It's up to you to follow the path, right? So, remember what I talked about Nickelodeon Studios, right? Now, kid content is huge. It's absolutely huge. I just saw that Noggin, I think, is going to be revived, right? But imagine if Nickelodeon Studios could come back. Just imagine for a second. Now, let's go Nickelodeon's YouTube channel for a second. Let's go with that. So here is Nickelodeon's YouTube channel right here. Here's Nickelodeon's YouTube channel. 12.4 million subscribers. Do you not know if they... Oh, hang on. Sorry, y'all. There we go. There's Nickelodeon right there. Sorry, y'all. Did y'all see the MTV thing? I think y'all did. Either way, here is... Where is it? Right here. Okay, I showed y'all this right here. Okay, here it is here. So that's the MTV Studios thing. I didn't know if it showed up or not. But either way, here's MTV Entertainment Studios, right? Now, like I said, with Nickelodeon right here, right? Could you imagine if they brought back game shows, how many YouTube clips and shorts they could have? How many TikTok clips they could have of Nickelodeon game shows. And not to mention too, like the pipeline for kids to be stars is ridiculous. There could be a kid on YouTube right now growing, and Nickelodeon will pick them up. But imagine if you could meet that star at Nickelodeon Studios. So Nickelodeon Studios could come back, but they have to be about it fully. Like, this is the home for kids. And not to mention too, you can't say Nickelodeon Studios can't come back because you have Nickelodeon Universe at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey and Mall of America in Minnesota, Blooming, Minnesota, right? But if you brought MTV Studios to Universal Orlando Resort, that's a whole attraction, right? Sincerely, and listen, here's the logo right here, paying homage to the original 1981 logo. So you got light blue, red, and yellow. So you can do yellow slime. And Nickelodeon, I don't want to hear shit, okay? Because Nickelodeon and MTV are under the same damn family, okay? But sincerely, MTV's Drip Time Live from MTV Studios at Universal Orlando Resort. Like, come on now. You know how many nostalgic game shows they could bring back and do it at MTV Studios, Movement Television Studios from Universal Orlando Resort? So that's the vibe for me. Make it Movement Television. Expand the audience. And I believe that you should hire people, I would say 20 to 40. Now, 19 to 18, the only reason why I say probably not is because you do need some meat on your bones of life. You do just a little bit more, because if you're going to be on Movement Television as a video jockey or as a correspondent, right, for MTV News, you need to know what's happening in the culture, right? Now I will say 18. Okay, let me flip it, reverse rewind back. I think 25 to 40, because they have me on their bones. But I do believe 18 to 24. That's Gen Z. I do believe Gen Z has a place in MTV, because Gen Z news needs to be broadcast by Gen Z people, right? So that's why I genuinely believe in this. Now, with that being said, it is time to go to the map. Okay, now in the article they said that people want to partner up with MTV, right? Okay. Now, if you all remember our YouTube Studios, Google Studios Live that we did, remember when I told you Pedro Pena, who is the vice president, I believe, of Europe, United Arab Emirates, and Africa, said there's not a appetite for YouTube originals. And Neil Mahone said we don't know how to pick originals. But yet long form content is trending more and more on YouTube. Studio Lambert, that produces Traders and Undercover Boss, is in the early stages of producing content for YouTube. Disney is going to be putting Disneyland, what's it called, child? We just talked about it. We literally just talked about it. Let's see here. New Disneyland documentary. Disneyland Handcrafted, they will also be publishing that to Disney's YouTube. So if the legacy media companies, right, are already, producing content for their YouTube channels, right? Imagine, if you will, and listen, it could happen very, very easily. Let's go back to MTV for one damn minute. Right? Let's go back to it. MTV has 11.5 million subscribers. Could you imagine a partnership? Hang on 1 minute, y'all. Give me a moment. me a moment. Right here. Stay right here. I'll be right back. Give me a moment. And like I said, I have been thinking about this since this article has come out, right? I really want to have a deep dive with you all because I do believe that cable TV matters. Cable TV, for those of you who say, oh, hi, nice to see you. Okay, there we go. All right. So, with that being said, for those of you who say, well, cable TV is dying and this, that, and the third, you're absolutely right. You have every right to say that. No last told. You have every right to say that, believe that, everything else. But let me tell you this. MTV own all those specialty cable networks. They do content that ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and the CW cannot do. Cable TV helps network, and the networks help cable TV. Because if it's a show on TV, guess what? They're going to do a national tour on the legacy media channels, right? And like how Disney has, Lifetime and A&E and all these other networks, they feed each other, you see? So imagine, if you will, let's go back to the map. Imagine YouTube with 2.5 billion monthly active users, okay? And also, too, remember, Google now has a movies TV division called 100 Zeros, and they want to do big content, movies and TV shows. They don't want to put them on YouTube. But, of course, the clips and everything else and episodes will be on YouTube TV, will be on YouTube. You'll be able to watch some of those shows on YouTube TV through the networks, and the music from those shows will be on YouTube Music, you see. Now, imagine if YouTube right here would partner up with MTV, where YouTube and MTV have partnered up for the biggest content partnership ever. Yeah. Imagine Braylon Lee's virtual tour, live weeknights from 6 to 8 on MTV. Now, if you evolve it to movement television, I think that partnership would be good, and I think everybody would be here for it, and nobody would expect it. Nobody would expect it at all, right? So, to me, I think YouTube and MTV should partner up. I think that's the best plan. If I was an executive, I would be immediately on the double to get that shit done. Immediately. And honestly, to tell you the truth, because YouTube fuels Comcast, Disney, Paramount, Fox. YouTube could do a content sharing partnership with any one of them to do what I just said, right? So the possibilities are endless for MTV. When it comes to BET, y'all already know how I feel about BET. BET should be the Ebony magazine of television, and VH1 should be the Jet magazine. I believe 106 & Park should come back as a top 10 black entertainment news show, and then BET on VH1 is the top 10 social media stories of the day. So you got 106 & Park with the traditional sources of entertainment news being the fuel for those 10 black entertainment news stories, and then you have the Jasmine brand. It's on side all the other sources for the other show. Just keep it a buck. The plan is out there, but here's the thing. For any of this to work, I'm gonna go back to the article. Right here. This quote right here is: cable business is particularly challenging. Executives intend to revive the networks without increasing spending on them. If you really believe this shit, then sell all the fucking networks now. Sell every last fucking damn network. now if you really believe that you can grow these without investing not a damn thing into it. Sincerely. If you really believe that, if you truly, truly, dooley, schmooly believe that, then stop this talk right now. And see, networks, executives, the people that make the clock tick, they don't expect fans to know the game like this. They don't. They expect you, in the words of Maurice Scott, to lay their rollover and take it. Okay? That's what they expect you to do. And not to mention, too, for those of you who say, well, Braylon, MTV should just play music. Ladies and gentlemen, what do? I utilize public information to have conversations with y'all. Do you know what this is? That is San Diego Comic-Con. You know who covered Comic-Con before MTV? G4. Child, listen. So I want to come on here, give y'all that conversation. Sincerely, I really do believe Legacy Media can have a new history, but only if they invest into it. Only if they invest into it. Sincerely, that's the only way that they will ever have a rise or demise. Sincerely, so. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. So I know that was a lot at y'all, but I wanted to give credit where credit is due. Sincerely, because I thought that Jessica Tukul did a great job with the article. And like I said, I hope that this conversation here can definitely help the culture. I really, really do. And if we don't care about what we have, we will never have anything. Right, so that's just my take on it. With that being said, we're going to take a little commercial break, and we'll be back with more Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on Tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and mirrors commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the One More Please Wherever You Please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line. Introduce.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Braylon's virtual tour live, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this live, you know, it can start many conversations. I think that MTV and all the cable networks, every company is not lost. unless they want them to be lost, right? If you do not invest into a platform, then the platform will die, right? So that's just my take on everything. Sincerely, to bring all of this information, context, and everything in between to y'all in a way that would make sense. Oh, it took some work. It took some work. But I truly do believe that MTV could make a comeback. I really do. I mean, at this point, anything is possible. So, as y'all know, we always end it with a positive news story. So let me see if I can get that for y'all real quick. Okay, here's some good news. Here's some very good news, right? Yeah. I will always celebrate when justice is being served. I don't advocate for violence, but I do advocate for justice, okay? So here we go. Here's your positive news story of the day, everybody. Here we go. White resident decides to fight a black Amazon driver and gets knocked out, okay? Nationwide was not on his side. A white resident in Newark, New Jersey, picked a fight with a black Amazon driver, but the tables turned quickly. The minute he was knocked down, his SUV was still in broad daylight. The chaotic scene, caught on video, spread fast online. According to Atlanta Black Star, the argument started when the man wearing a "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" shirt jumped out of his SUV and confronted the delivery driver, who was in uniform and appeared to be on the job. Both men blocking traffic as they argued on the sidewalk. Nobody knows how the argument started, but the fight escalated fast. The Amazon driver landed a punch that sent the older man crashing to the ground. At the same moment, a bystander saw the SUV with its door open and keys inside, slid behind the wheel, sped away. Onlookers immediately point out, "They took your car, bro," as one man struggled to stand. The Amazon driver, still fired up, dared him to continue, but that man's focus has already shifted. But the man looked disoriented, muttered, "They stole my car," before stumbling away. Commenters online were quick to weigh in, most sided with the delivery driver. Many point out that gig workers, especially black and other non-white drivers, often face harassment while working. Surveys show they are nearly twice as likely as white workers say they feel unsafe while working. Others reacted with humor, calling it instant karma. "I've been waiting for this day that someone gets their car stolen during road rage." Finally, one person wrote, "Others joked it was a prime opportunity." Oh, y'all are savage, classy, bougie, and ratchet. What's happening? For the guy to take his car while someone else added, "He delivered. He delivered." I think of Andrew Caldwell. "I'm not getting no more. I am delivered." There's a guy that did a remix on that song. And y'all, it's got a beat to it. "I am delivered. No more man." I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to read this story too, because honestly, shout out to this too. All right, here we go. Black nurse wrongfully blamed for patient's death, awarded $20 million settlement. Nationwide, Don Cornick Joppy, a 41-year-old African-American ICU nurse from Aurora, Colorado, has won a $20 million jury award after wrongfully being blamed for a patient's death, subject to racial discrimination and fired for speaking out. Joppy began working at the medical center of Aurora in 2017. 2 years later, she found herself caring for a 93-year-old patient who was in septic shock and required a ventilator. According to Atlanta Black Star, the patient's family decided to withdraw life support. Joppy followed instructions from a respiratory therapist over the phone. She remained with the family as the patient died peacefully. Medical examiner later confirmed the patient died of natural causes. Still, the hospital claimed Joppy acted outside her role by shutting off the ventilator herself. Officials accused her of suffocating the patient and reported her to state regulators. She was fired weeks later, and prosecutors charged her with manslaughter and negligible death before dropping the case in 2021. In her lawsuit, Joppy said the hospital used the incident as an excuse to end her career because she had complained about racial discrimination. She described years of mistreatment by supervisors and charging nurses, including verbal abuse, false accusations, and unfair workloads compared to her white colleagues. She also claimed she was blocked from promotions and placed on performance plan as retaliation. Case was trial in August 2024 after several trials she retaliated against household damages and $15 million punitive damages. A judge approved the verdict. Joby said the verdict restored her integrity after years of false accusations and hoped her case would lead to change for the Black nurses. The hospital, however, denied any wrongdoing and plans to appeal, insisting Joby violate hospital policy. After years of instability, Joby says she looked forward to rebuilding her life and provide a stable home for her daughter. And when that judge does what they need to do, hospital, y'all should shut the fuck up, evolve, or move the fuck on. Y'all, that's it. That's the show. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you. By the way, tonight, King's Court review, 6 o'clock, and then 8:30. Y'all know we've been talking about Vegas here and there. Even Floriton, said, why don't you know about Vegas? And I think I will tonight at 8:30. I will see you guys tonight. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, You ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken-ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.